Please welcome Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
In August 2024, 5 months after the collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, Maryland Governor Wes Moore took to the national stage at the Democratic National Convention.
And the bridge collapsed. A portion of our state's economy was now closed. Thousands of workers were hours away from waking up and realizing they no longer had a job.
Nearly a year later, after his DNC debut, during a July tour, Governor Moore and Maryland leaders reviewed the removal of the bridge's remnants.
Cost schedule is being looked at. You can tell that we're discovering a lot of things as we go along. Later this year, we hope to be out with more information.
Now, new major concerns are emerging, this time not from Maryland officials, but from the top of the U.S. Department of Transportation. A letter sent in September by U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to Governor Moore and the state's transportation agency raised red flags calling out potential ballooning costs on the estimated $2 billion project and warned of possible delays to the project's scheduled completion date of October 2028. It is my job to ensure the American people's tax dollars are spent properly and major projects are completed on time and on budget, Secretary Duffy wrote, adding ballooning project costs are already threatening to delay this critical project. Mr. Secretary, in an exclusive interview with Spotlight on Maryland, we caught up with Secretary Duffy at BWI Airport during his surprise visit to thank air traffic controllers for working amid the federal government shutdown. You recently sent a letter that I reported on that basically expressed a lot of concern about the Key Bridge project. You mentioned that you were concerned about cost overruns, DEI hiring practices, and just even the timeline of whether or not that this project is going to get off the ground. Has the governor responded to you?
Not yet. But the problem we have is the federal government's going to pay for the project, but the governor's going to manage it. And when someone else pays at a wedding, you'll get the finest alcohol, you'll get the finest steak if someone else is buying. We need to make sure we're looking out for the federal taxpayer, and also we build this bridge. And so I don't think he's been a good steward with the money, but also we have sent a letter to all our partners that say they have to follow the law. And that means a long time ago we got rid of contracting based on race and sex. We're going to have them respond to us, give us information, and then we'll have an additional conversation with him. But we want to build this project in a way that is cost effective and actually can be built quickly. I don't know that the governor is on that path right now.
Spotlight on Maryland has reached out to Governor Moore's office for months, requesting interviews on topics that you, the viewer, have asked us about. Once again today, we were not granted our requests. We asked for details about the governor's schedule and if he is in the state. David Turner, Moore's senior advisor and communications director, replied, he's in the state, but we're not obligated to give you every meeting he has, so you can tell us whether you think. Democratic grassroots mobilization websites say Moore will be campaigning out of state for New Jersey candidates. Just miles from the collapsed bridge, local restaurant owner Tony Olmedo says he's still struggling.
Trickle down to everybody, from our vendors to the truck drivers, maybe having the bridge so the vendors don't have to go all the way around and charge extra for the fuel. I mean, it's gotten pretty bad.
We will continue to follow the bridge's progress and how your tax dollars, whether local, state, or federal, are used. I'm Gary Collins with Spotlight on Maryland.
The governor's spokesperson responded in a statement to Spotlight on Maryland, saying, quote, "We appreciate the bipartisan congressional support that codified the 100% cost share for the Francis Scott Key Bridge rebuild in December 2024, adding the state continues to advance the design process as quickly as possible to rapidly progress it into construction." I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.